Good morning, everybody. It's Gary. I am with the Denver Guitar Orchestra, and we are playing Christmas music, more or less, holiday music, whatever you want to call it, till the end of the month. And delighted you are clicking on this link. If you don't already have the sheet music, you go to denverguitarorchestra.com, pick up the sheet music, and we are going to be playing Old Lang Syne, Christmas Is, First Noel, Green Sleeves, Silent Night, and We Wish You a Merry Christmas. So we will probably not get through all of those, but we'll get through a bunch of them. Let me get the link fired up here so people can come in and join us. Edit settings, open a new window, update and update. And all through this week and into next week and the week after, we'll be posting more and more Christmas music to keep us all happy. All right, so let's make sure that this link is working properly. Click. And there I am. And then we go to Twitter. I like to tweet now. https://denverguitarorchestra.com. My little face pops up. I hit tweet. And there we go. It's all set up. And first person in or so will tell me if the sound is any good. Lighting is iffy, right? But I didn't want to close the drapes today. It's supposed to be like, I don't know, not very warm outside. And so anything we can do to make us happy would be good. Something got delivered from Amazon today. What did I order from Amazon? Nothing. Is that a trick? Is that a trick thing? What got delivered? That's funny. I don't remember ordering anything from Amazon. Maybe I did. Let's log into Amazon and find out what they said. Oh, password. Password was reset. I'll check on my phone. We'll see what's going on. All right, so you guys will sit in to my Amazon package has arrived. Suspicious package. I don't know. It could be one of you firebombed me. Let's see. Your orders. Da-da-da. Oh, that's right. It's Donna's birthday present. Shh. It's here. All right. Hey, Gary. Sounds good. Light will work. Light'll work. That's good enough, right? It'll be a little different. When you put the guitar in front of you, it affects the light and the camera. I, of course, bought the cheapest camera I could possibly find. And so it is highly affected by whatever lighting happens to be going on. Also, at night, when I give night classes, I have to adjust the temperature. And it looks like I didn't. At night, I have to turn it down so I don't look orange, and then during the day I have to turn up the orange so I don't look pink. And so right now I look kind of pink. It's all right. You're not looking at me anyway, hopefully. Good morning, Elizabeth. Sound is good. You ordered a present. I did. I ordered Donna. I don't know if you've ever seen these on these cooking shows where you roll the cookie dough. You know, old school. But nowadays they put these little rings on the end. I don't know if it's nowadays or if it's been around for 500 years. I don't know. But they put these rings on the end and you can set how thick your cookie dough is. And she didn't have one of those. And I was like, they had one on one of the baking shows. And she's like, oh, that's a really good idea. And I'm like, well, you don't own one of those? So now she does. So I'll have to run down after class and grab it for her. Let's see what else is going on. I didn't get any new guitar tunes posted because I got a couple posted for baritone today, and the next up will be some harmonica songs I'm going to work on tonight. More pies! Yay, pie! That's the last. I'm making sure all of the pies in the neighborhood are getting sampled. So no pies are going to waste in my house, that's for sure. So probably be Friday and probably be this weekend before we get some more guitar music posted. I do have a guitar class tonight with the city of Lakewood, and so that's what we'll be spent this evening working on, and then getting a couple harmonica tunes done, and then I will turn my that big eyeball in Mordor from Lord of the Rings. It sort of focuses in on things that are important. my eye of Mordor will be focused in on getting some of the guitar tunes updated. As I've said before, and you guys already know this, on the website on the sheet music page, way down at the bottom is all of the previous arrangements for guitar, and those arrangements are solid. They're not. It's not like they're just getting to be 3 or 4 years old now. And what happens over time with sheet music is that students ask questions and what have you, and so I end up adjusting the way I write sheet music to accommodate those questions over time. And so sometimes an arrangement, most of the time the arrangement stays fundamentally the same, but I will either add or subtract a few playability issues. I've been all of the sheet music. I never ever put in count-ins back in the day, and now I put it in on all of them so that you can hear that click, 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 so well, or whatever. And it's just a little easier if you're playing along to the MP3s. And so that's the kind of stuff that's getting added. It's usually not significant to the playability of the piece, or if it is, it's a one or two chord type thing. So feel free to be digging into those older arrangements, and some of them I will update, but most of them it's just window decoration, and I'll keep doing that. Some of the songs on that list don't have PDFs. Yeah, and anything that is a modern song, so anything modern being 1925, is it 1925 now? 1926 or later, it will not have the PDF on there, and you just need to toss me an email. Now, I am always behind on email, but that's a fairly easy email to respond to. The emails that when you say, hey, on the seventh measure of this one song that we did 6 months ago, I think the note should be a B instead of a B flat. Those take a long time to get to those emails. But if you say, hey, can you send me a copy of the arrangement for Over the River and Through the Woods, and I can usually just go click, 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 here you go, right? So those I don't mind sending you at all, and those emails usually get turned around pretty quickly. If I have to think about anything, and if I have to study up, and I have to, like last night in ukulele class, they all wanted this one song called Wexford Carol. Well, that took me an hour of just trying to figure out what the song is, whether it would sound good on ukulele, where I could find some sheet music and all that stuff. So that kind of stuff, I don't have an hour. So it does, one of that kind of stuff does take, that kind of stuff, those emails come back much more slowly. But if you want a song off that list, just toss me an email and say, hey, send me this song. That doesn't take but a jiffy. The PDF exists. It just isn't on the site because it's a modern tune. I'm trying, I do teach, and when there is a thing called fair use where we can actually teach modern songs just all day long. The problem is with posting the sheet music, it is not okay to do that. And so I try to respect this copyright stuff. It's very complicated. Here on YouTube, if somebody did an arrangement of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and then put it in a movie in Australia, that version is now copyrighted, even though it's Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars. So on YouTube, they will strike it as a copyright violation. So I have several of our videos where we were working on Twinkle Twinkle Little Star have gotten copyright violation notices on there for Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, which is ridiculous, right? But so I would have to go in and fight that sort of stuff. And it gets much worse, of course, with modern music where, they're like, oh, God, we might make a nickel off of this thing. We've got to make everybody suffer to use it. And so in any event, if you want an arrangement I've done, and just toss me an email. And even if you're not sure if I've done it, you can send me an email and I can look. I do have plans on getting a few more new arrangements out for you guys. And so it's just a matter of how much time I spend. Email has been unmanageable lately. And so a lot of you guys may have been sending me emails, and I'm probably not getting back to you. So I'm trying to just stay focused in on writing music. That's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully that will end up being a thing. Let's see. Hey, good morning, Evelyn. Let's see. 57, partially cloudy in Cuenca. Doesn't that sound lovely? Just, you guys got to, if you haven't done it yet, look up Cuenca on Google. It's a stunning place. And Quito, right? Is it Quito? Quito, I think, is the other big old-fashioned city up there on the highlands of Ecuador. And you're just like, I kind of want to go there. I kind of want to hang out in that city. That looks lovely. Um, all right, so let's see how many of these songs we can knock out today, and let's just start with Old Lang. Did we? I think we got all the way through. We wish you a Merry Christmas yesterday. I think. Yeah, hoping. I don't remember where we ended up yesterday. So let's go and do Old Lang Syne. And let's just start at the top of the list, and we'll just run through them all. We've now played all of these over the last week or so, and well, let's just see how fresh we can get them. You have about 2.5 weeks to get your Christmas music put together for Christmas Day, and whether you play it or not isn't important. It's a matter that you feel like you could. And so, here comes Donna. I didn't schedule my morning correctly, and I didn't get my second cup of coffee done. So Donna did it for me, and she is awesome. Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
She says you're welcome, and then she rolls her eyes like like a little bit sarcastically. All right, let's do this. Okay, Old Lang Syne in the key of A. That's not going to work. I should probably tune my guitar up prior to having a 12-minute conversation with you guys. I keep forgetting I have changed the strings on this thing. I'm always amazed. Like yesterday, this was in tune, right? Now it's a full half step out of tune, and they're metal strings. And you're like, that's why when you get your strings changed, you got to give the guitar 3 weeks before you know whether you like those strings or not. And that one's going tight because I didn't change that string. And this room is now up to 40% humidity. I got the big humidifier going. All right, there we go. That sounds better. Close enough. Old Lang Syne, remember you're a 3-chord song, right? And so anytime you're thinking 3-chord song, it's not a bad idea for you to run through the chords and say, what if I played it in the key of D? Oh, should old acquaintance. And then if you're in D and then you hit an E7, you're like, all right, what's the buddy? If A, it goes to E7, then D would go to E, F, G, A7, right? So should old acquaintance be forgot? And so I like to, when you're a newer player or when you're becoming a legitimate musician, to sort of mess around with this stuff and say, okay, how quickly could I transpose this song into another one? And I always use 3-chord songs because they cooperate much better. But this is a great 3-chord song. Put it in the key of D. Put it in the key of E. So the 5 guitar chords, the 5 guitar keys are sort of C, not really, and then G, D, A, and E. So the G, if you should take a minute to play Old Lang Syne in all 4 keys and see how you do. That's not something that's easy in the beginning, but the more you do it, you're like, the more you do it, the easier it gets, and it sort of starts to get into your DNA. I do think the best way to learn how chords and keys work together is to write yourself your own little songs and start with little songs, right? But if you started with A chord, I'm writing a song and it has a D chord and it also has an E7 in it. Once you start writing a few tunes, you start figuring out how music actually works. So Pauline says, why do you only change 2 of the strings? Oh, so this is a short scale guitar. It's a 3/7/8 or something like that, parlor guitar. And I put on super heavy strings down here. These are 13s. These are really heavy strings. I just needed a little more oomph out of them. And so I really like the sound of these. And then the package that I bought came with obviously the other 4 strings, and they were also super heavy. Well, they sounded like I was playing, a railroad tie. They were really thick and heavy and They just sounded terrible. So I decided I'm going to replace the three lowest ones with silver wounds, which are what I usually put on here, and they just got a much yummier flavor to them. And then I left this string on because it's also a melody string, and I wanted to continue to have a little bit of oomph on this. Ultimately, I should have changed this one out too, but that's the problem with the more you play, the more you get kind of finicky about what strings you're using. So I would say, for the most part, if you have a classical guitar, I would look very strongly at the Savares lineup. They have an incredible number of options for you. And if you're playing metal strings, you have a lot. You have even more choices. But basically, it comes down to these two strings, how thick you want them, and then these strings. The popular choice these days is phosphor bronze, which has a real light, shimmery sound to it. It is very beautiful, but depending on your guitar, it may or may not be a sound you like. And so I changed out just these bottom three strings to get them less clunky. was my goal. So there we go. Sounds pretty nice, right? Takes 2-3 weeks before the strings are finally done stretching, and then you're like, okay, now this is what this guitar sounds like. It's coming along. Old Lang Syne from the top. I think let's play it through all three times. First time with chords, let's do first time with melody, second time with chords, third time with tough acts. And if you don't like that program, you come up with your way of playing it. Let's do the melody first. That way we can remind ourselves what the song sounds like. Then we'll come back, sing it, and then the third time we'll do a tough acts and see how you do. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 3. 3. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? Should old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Last time through, tough acts. right? Nice tune. I don't know. That thing really fits together. Every single way sounded lovely, right? I hope you're playing it lovely. All right, Old Lang Syne. All three of ways. And we'll see which way ends up being your way. Let's go play Christmas Is, would be our next song uh, in our list of the hits. Christmas Is. Dun, 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 dun. Where is Christmas Is? Here it is. Okay. Remember, patience with this piece. One of the things I was noticing last night, I was playing chess on my little app. I take 20 minutes a day and play one chess against the computer, one game of chess against the computer, and it beats me every time. But one thing I noticed last night was I was getting in a hurry, right, making dumb mistakes. This is a song that you learn from chess how not to play this song. If you get in a hurry, this thing will get ahead of you and it'll beat you up. If you take your time, be patient with the song, the minimalism behind this thing, it'll come to you. It's really it's a really a very beautiful song, but you gotta let it you gotta let it develop on its terms. Okay, all right, and rubato. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. More or less, right? Got the basic idea. maybe the rattle's in the guitar. Where's that dang rattle coming from? All right, I thought it was something here on my desk, but apparently it's the guitar itself. That's more expensive. All right. How you feeling? Should we play it one more time, or are you good? I don't know. I think I'm like, man, that went okay for me. I hope I don't have to play it again. What do you guys think? Give me yes or no to playing it again. Hearing nothing. I think we'll move on. Let's see. Next song up. I know the problem is typing on a computer when you've got a guitar sitting on your lap is not easy. Let's go to First Noel. Let's do that next. Went okay enough. Vic says, good enough. Let's move on. Vic, I don't know. It's hilarious that when I imagine what your voice sounds like with that. Yeah, let's go play First Noel. Let's go play First Noel. Let's see. First Noel on guitar. There we go. Move to guitar. And let's go to the library. Guitar. First Noel. All right. This is one of those tunes that you probably really do want to be able to play pretty well on Christmas Day, right? Just beautiful. Or Christmas Eve is another great night for you're sitting around going, well, I can either do nothing because I can't have anybody over this year, or I get out the guitar and play some Christmas music, and people would be for that. All right, remember this when we go down to the bottom twice, and then you're going to come back to measure 17. A little unusual. We play it 2.5 times, basically. Let's go through it. Again, not fast, taking our time, still learning these songs, making sure that things are going smoothly for us. From the top, 2.5 times through. 1, 2. 17. Second inning. That's lovely. And again, just slow it down, let it come to you, whatever speed is making the most sense for you. I think what's it set at? It's set at 100. I think we probably paid it 75, 80, somewhere in there, and that's fine, right? So when you go listen to the MP3s, obviously they're designed to at the quarter note equals 100 tells the computer what speed to play it, but you don't have to play it at that speed. That's why I think those slow downing mechanisms with on your phone, you can go down. Let's say you want to learn how to play First Noel, go download that song into your phone and then use the app on your phone to slow it down. Oh, the First Noel, and then play along with that a little bit, just to make sure to give you a sense of, hey, where's the places where I'm going to really struggle. For me on that one, this big old A chord over and over and over. You're like, oh gosh, again, I got to get it clean every time. So I think sometimes the app can help you identify those places where you really need to work. I know I wasted years in practice going from the top of the page to the bottom of the page, turning the page, top of the page, bottom of the page, turn the page. And that's not effective practice. Effective practice is play the song, find out where the mess is going to be, go work on those messes, and then play the song. But spending time on the parts that are really, really challenging, or the parts that are going to blow it up every time, that's more effective use of your practice time. Except for the DS thingy. Oh, the DS thingy. Yeah, that's what it's called, Beck. It's its official title, DS thingy. Yeah. So So the good news, it went better than it went better. Okay. So always getting better. Repeats are a bummer, right? And they're just part of what musicians end up dealing with. Symphonies have a system in place where they put two players of similar caliber together, and then when it comes time for a page turn or some weird thing they got to do, one of them keeps playing, the other one reaches up and turns the page. It's a very effective system. As a soloist, you don't get that, and so you have two choices: memorize, which come on, or just get really effective at reading those repeats, and then making sure you're using the tools I talk about all the time with your sheet music. Yellow highlighter, green highlighter, orange highlighter, doesn't matter. Don't turn it into a thing, right? This means this color and this color means that color. Just a highlighter. And put it at the beginning of 17 and then at the beginning of wherever your repeat is. And that way your eyeball tracks a little bit more quickly. Yeah, and I do think, repeats are a problem. Our buddy Dave in the orchestra, who's our bass player, he is a new player like all of us in the orchestra, and he for about 2 years would blow all the repeats all the time, just messing up repeats all of the time. And I'm like, oh, come on, Dave, get it together. You're the bass player. You have to be there. And so inevitably, when you're the bass player, you never hear them until they do something wrong, and then it's like they just punched you in the face. And so poor Dave, he was constantly misreading repeats, and he got much better at it, of course. But in the beginning, he was like, "Oh no, we blew the repeat again." So, all right, let's see. Oh, Elizabeth's picture is freezing. Boy, it seems like Weld County internet is one of the more troublesome ones up there. Yeah, you know what you're doing, Elizabeth. The freezing picture is probably okay. Vic says the picture's okay. All right, so let's see. Next up on our list of the hits, where's my list? Let's play Green Sleeves. How are we doing on time? We're in good shape. Let's play Green Sleeves. Green Sleeves. I love this tune. I don't know. There's something about it, the age of the song being just so old, uh, and it was such a solid melody behind this thing. It's really nice. Remember, just be prepared for your 078s and 10s. Okay? You can have that one ready right there. It's finally starting to sound decent on this guitar. Um, if you can get that moment in correctly, everything else in the piece is pretty much standard issue out of the box. And I think that's the moment you want to get right. The other one that's not really out of the box is measure 2. You've got the B minor shape up on 7. Beautiful, right? Just really. Oh, that sounds like 16 or 1580, right? That sounds positively delightful. And we have no idea where this song came from, but it's old for sure. So let's see how we can knock it out today. All right. Elizabeth says thanks. I don't know what that means. Thanks for being blurry. Thanks for sticking. Thanks for making fun of my internet connection. Well, at least we know I'm good in Eugene. That's what we know. I'm in continuous motion in Eugene. So let's play Greensleeves from the top any way you want to. If you're a melody player, do that, and let's see how we do. I'm going to count in 2, and then we're going to go. 1, 2. Oh, sorry guys. I blew it. I totally blew it. I went to move my foot and I must have hit the button. I look up and I'm like, where am I at on the sheet music? Let's start from the beginning again. I apologize. I'm going to do better with not touching the page turning mechanism. 1 from the top. 1, 2. The top. Hit that low E, bong. I want to do that all the time these days, bong, right? All right, nice. All right, so Greensleeves is in the house. That song's never going to be terrible, so it's definitely worth it working on. I love that. How are we doing on time? We got time for Silent Night for sure. Let's get that one in. Let's go grab Silent Night. Taught this one in class last night on ukulele, and I love it. This is, and your version is essentially built off of the ukulele version. And I mean, obviously, it's a lot harder to play on guitar and a lot prettier on guitar because you get these big, deep, sleepy Christmas Eve notes way down here as well. So I think, well, Pauline says awesome. Yay! That's what we want to hear, right? Every now and then you're like, yeah, I killed it. All right. What do you think is rattling down here, guys? I can't figure it out. Everything is tight and solid. These are putting in probably something underneath, right? Frustrating. All right. Silent Night. That's the problem with using instruments. Eventually they start coming apart because they're vibrating all the time. Silent Night. Any way you want to play it. Since this will be our last song of the day, let's go ahead and play all three times. Okay. And how about I do this? You play it any way you want. I'm going to play first time melody, second time chords and singing, third time tough acts. And yeah, let's do it that way. Okay. And again, you get to hear my beautiful voice. Just warning you now. Might be time to go check on the cat. Here we go. 2-beat count in 3 times through. 1, 2. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round the unvirgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in top. There we go. Nice. So tomorrow, remind me, we will start on We Wish You a Merry Christmas. I've got to work on harmonica songs tonight, so there won't be any new different guitar songs for tomorrow. But maybe what's tomorrow? Thursday. Maybe on Friday I might be able to get one or two posted. So yeah, we'll keep it going. Trying to think of what else I should tell you guys. Hope you're playing well. I think this is a fun way to start my day. Thanks for being here, you guys. Pauline, Vic, Elizabeth, who else did I miss? I think that you guys are the ones that said, hey, random act of kindness if you can. Be safe. If you can, be safe. Practice if you can, and also keep showing up. This is how you get better. Sitting here playing duets with Gary, and then once you get pretty good at playing duets with Gary, then you got to go find a guitar teacher who's better than I am. And then like and subscribe if you haven't done that. And remember, playing slow and methodical and beautiful is the way to go. And guys, I'm starting to put in a little bit of thought into January, February, March. And so if you have any kind of general thoughts about stuff you need to get out of these activities, let me know. I imagine the schedule will change a tiny bit in the spring, but or in the, I guess, dead of winter, January, but I don't know what any of that is yet. So let me know what right now you're sitting there thinking, what do I need to do to get better at guitar, or to continue on guitar, or just not quit on guitar? And so feel free to drop me a note. I never hear from guitar players hardly at all on email, and so I'm always just guessing what it is that you think that what you might need. And so it is helpful if you give me a little bit of just the information about why you're doing this, what you're doing it for, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what kind of music you'd like to see. As you know, we will go back into levels 1, 2, and 3, but level 4 is always open for debate, and we'll see what all that is. So let's see. Evelyn, Vic says thanks. Evelyn says thanks. Pauline says nice playing. Thanks. Hopefully you're playing nice. Who cares how I play? And Nancy, it's all wonderful. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. Some of you I'll see later today. Have a good one.